Hi friends, we just released the WinApp CLI, a new command line tool to help developers integrate their Windows applications with modern APIs or features. Regardless whether you're an Electron developer using C++ or building for Flutter, there are certain things you have to do to integrate with Windows, and the WinApp CLI helps you do things like generating manifests, generating certificates and assets, setting up and installing the right runtimes, pulling down the SDKs and generating projections, giving you package identity, and even packaging. In this video, I want to show you how you can use the WinApp CLI, specifically the NPM package, to integrate the WinApp SDK inside of your Electron applications and how to package your applications for distribution. So in this case, we have an Electron application, and the only thing we've done here really is we've installed the WinApp CLI NPM package. Once you've installed the NPM package, then you can start using the CLI. So in this case, I can call WinApp init, kind of the main command to go and set up your environment, which is going to prompt you for a few questions to help you generate things like the manifest, the certificates. It's going to pull down the SDK in the Windows App SDK. It's going to install the runtime. It's going to generate C++ header for you to use if you need them. And in general, it's going to make sure that your environment is set up for development, including things like, are you in developer mode? Once we have this, now we can start writing code. And to do that, we're going to use a native add-on. The CLI also comes with generators for native add-ons for Electron. So once you have it installed through the NPM package, you then have access to the node extension, which has several Electron-specific commands. In this case, create add-on is going to create a new add-on for development, and we chose to do it in C#. You can also do it in C++, but in C# allows us to build our code in .NET and then use it directly in our JavaScript. Now that we have this new folder and this new class add-on in .NET that we could start writing code. We can add a new function here for creating a new notification. So I'm going to create this new function called showNotification. It's going to take in a string, and it's going to use the App Notification Builder API from the Windows App SDK, which allows us to build very rich notifications with text, with images, and with buttons. In this case, we're just going to add a text. Let's go ahead and add our namespaces at the top of this file. And that's the only thing we're going to do here in our .NET code. When we created this add-on, it also gave us the command that we can run to build it. It added this as a script inside of our package.json. Now, while that's running, we can go look through our index.js code, which is our JavaScript code. And here we can actually reference that add-on through that .node binary that's going to get created. And then once we have that reference, we can call the showNotification function that we created to show the notification. We can see now that it finished building, so we're ready to go. We can just run npm start, and this is going to launch our application, and we'll be able to click the showNotification button to hopefully see the notification. Now, we see an error here, and this is on purpose. I wanted to show you that this is one of those APIs that requires package identity for your application to be able to use these APIs. In the past, when you wanted to use these type of APIs, you had to package your application fully to an MSIX package, install it on the device, and then run it to see your changes. And that process, it was too long. With the WinApp CLI, you can now add debug identity directly to your Electron process. So if I use npx WinApp node add Electron debug identity, this is going to use the files that we generate through our init process to add a temporary identity to the Electron process in our application. So next time I start this application, it's going to have that package identity, and I can simply continue developing my application as I'm used to, and I'll be able to use APIs that require identity, in this case, notification APIs, and be able to continue debugging the same tools with the same tools, step through code, etc. Now that you have this set up, you can start using APIs from the WinApp SDK and the Windows Platform SDK, things like integrations with the shell, like the share sheet, for example, where you can share to an application can share to you, or any of the new Windows AI APIs like PhiSilica, which is a language model on the device. When you're ready, when you kind of build the application, you're ready to package it up, you can now use the WinApp CLI to also package it up into an MSIX. So what we'll do here is actually I'm going to show you how to do that. One thing I've already done is actually called the Electron Forge API to package my app and generate the final binaries I need to distribute my application, but minus the packaging part. So I'm going to use the WinApp pack command to point this to that folder that has all my files for my application, but I'm also going to pass in a developer certificate that we created during the init process to be able to sign that MSIX package. This is going to take whatever's in that folder, it's going to take our manifest and all the assets we generated, and it's going to create them into an MSIX package, and it's going to sign that package so that way we can share this with others to go and install on their machines for testing. If you're using Electron Forge, however, there's also a maker for MSIX, and in this case, I've also have that integrated. So you can install the MSIX maker and pass in that Apex manifest XML we created as well, and it's going to create that for your application. Okay, so now our MSIX has been created, and we can see it here in our applications. We can take this file and distribute our application. So hopefully this was really helpful, and it can help you in your journey of integrating with the Windows platform. To learn more, you can go to our GitHub repo at aka.ms/WinApp CLI. Here you can find a lot of resources and documentation for getting started, and we have guides for several different languages and frameworks that you can use, as well as where you can actually interact with our team, submit issues, and ask any questions. Thank you.